What's up everyone? Welcome back to my channel, the place to be to create inspired habits to live a pretty happy life. Today's video is all about rapid subconscious mind reprogramming. And maybe that sounds like a lot of mumbo jumbo to you right now, or maybe you know what it's all about. But your subconscious mind, in a nutshell, is all of your automatic mechanisms of thinking, all of your habits, your long-term goal seeking, all of your emotions are actually inside your subconscious, and a lot of your beliefs are also in there. And so what we're going to talk about is reprogramming your subconscious mind to support a conscious reality that matches the lifestyle that you actually want to live. And know that for every different stage of your life, there is a new version of you that is required in order to be happy, in order to be healthy, in order to feel good on a daily basis. So I've been really obsessed with subconscious mind reprogramming. I'm now a certified hypnotist. I incorporate that with a lot of the spiritual practices that I've learned, including Reiki. And I've turned myself, I would call myself now a spiritual hypnotherapist in many ways. And I've been my own first client first and foremost, but I've also used these methods with others, and they work a lot faster than anything else that I've ever tried. The first most important element is that you need to question any belief that doesn't feel good inside your body, or any belief that hasn't given you the result that you desire to have. And this can seem really weird to say, but so many of us are programmed with different patterns of belief systems that don't resonate with our core selves. And we build these, what I call, and many different psychology books call as well, core limiting beliefs. So these are belief patterns that block you from tapping to your core self, to your center, or in spiritual terms, to your higher self. And so one of the fastest ways you can do this is download the ebook that I've created for you, because I go through a lot of common distorted negative thinking patterns. These are habitual thinking patterns that filter the world in a negative way and distort different elements, and they don't make you feel good. And by observing the thoughts that you have that are limited, that are negative, by downloading my ebook, you're going to start understanding what are your core limiting beliefs. And there is no going around this. There is no amount of wishful thinking, book reading, therapy seeking that will undo what you need to undo. So I do this with all my clients, and I've learned myself the hard way because I spent years in therapy. But then I picked up one simple book that was all about building self-esteem. I started understanding there's these automatic core negative thinking patterns. I started picking up on them. So then that was my first clue, understanding, okay, what are these automatic thoughts that are completely distorted? For example, I'm gonna think of an example, incorporate it. Here, because I'm gonna talk about money in a couple of videos from now. I used to believe that it was a really bad thing to check up on my money all the time, to look at my statements, to know where my money's going in, where it's coming in from, where it's going out. This was a belief that I had that came from my childhood. I actually know exactly the person who put it in my head. It doesn't really matter who that person is, but I just absorbed it as truth, because when you're young, whatever is around you, you take it in your subconscious as a truth. And even when you grow up and you know logically it's not true, your emotions are tied to what you absorbed at that young age, and you are so used to thinking that way that it's very hard to change until you put a conscious lens, and then you start going inside your subconscious and undoing that negative belief that is affecting your life. Because if you talk about it in a logical sense, looking at your bank statements on a regular basis is a smart, responsible thing to do. So why wouldn't, and I'm not the only one. I know a lot of people who don't look at their statements. They're afraid, quote unquote, to look at their statements. Their finances is some wild mess. And A lot of that has to do with core limiting beliefs. It does not feel good to leave your finances in a cloud. So there's one sharp example. Okay, so definitely go download the ebook because it will help you a lot with that. That's, by the way, before we go to the second thing, a lot of your core limiting beliefs come from your childhood, from your parents. Even though they loved you and they did the best they could, they do impose their negative beliefs on you because they also got it from their parents and their parents' parents. You have generations passing things on. You have cultural things. You have teachers, society. There's so many things that you absorb at a young age that after when you grow up don't really resonate with who you want to be or who you are anymore, and they don't feel good inside your body. That's what you got to recognize. When it doesn't feel good, that's your clue that says, okay, I need to question this thought pattern. I need to question this. Comment below if that makes sense to you. Okay. All right. So the second element is to become really, really relentless. I thought by first becoming consciously aware of different limiting patterns that's it, I'm done. But that's not true. Oh boy. You need to get really clear on who you want to be and recommit to that every single day. Understand how do you want to wake up in the morning? How do you want to spend your days? And really, for a good solid period of time, I would say at least 6 months or a year, depending on what level you're at, depending on how much subconscious programming you've worked on. I don't care how old you are, because I'm going to tell you something. My clients, they're from 19 to 67 years old. It is never too early or too late to revisit your thinking patterns, needing to reprogram them to match how you want to live the day. But the way to reprogram is to also be clear on how you want to live your day and relentlessly understand what is it that I want and become a match for what you want. Because again, those famous words from Wayne Dyer, you don't always get that what you want, but you always get what you are. So be kind to yourself, but in that kindness, be really consistent every single day. Have a method of tapping into who you are becoming. What are the things you also want to let go? So I do this in many ways. I have many videos about them. Basically what we did also last week in terms of the goal setting, where I said go through those 8 areas of your life, get crystal clear, write out that story, have that vision board, recommit to that vision every single day. These are the things that are going to help you really identify what needs to be reprogrammed, and the repetitiveness, the habituality, is that a word? Yeah. The habituality of it is going to rapidly rewire your subconscious mind and make your automatic mechanisms back up who you want to be from the core in to the outside world. If you really don't know who you want to be, I have a video that I created about a year ago or a year and a half ago where I talk about look at the people that you're envious of. And I know that sounds really counterintuitive in a world where no one wants to talk about envy. I'm not talking about jealousy where you want someone else to go down so that you can rise up. Envy is literally looking at someone's lifestyle and being like, I wish I had that. Why can't you have that? And instead of getting into those excuses and using them to suffocate yourself, start questioning those excuses. Start diving into how did that person create that lifestyle? What are the things that they did? And then build from that place up. I'm actually gonna link that video below because the advice in that, I would repeat it again today. It is very, very good when you are completely lost and you really have no idea about what it is that you actually want. Because sometimes we are that blocked, and that's okay. There are many clues around you about what it is that you want, and you could just start from one place and then start working your way up. So the third element, again, I highly recommend a vision board, but what I really want you to do is spend 30 minutes a day intentionally daydreaming about who you are becoming, or your most desired authentic life, your most happy life. Spend 30 minutes a day in dreamland. Yes. I love Dreamland because now I know there are so many things that when you imagine it vividly in your mind, they do come to reality. It takes time. Here is the one critical element you have to consider. Don't put pressure on it. And that can be difficult, I know. But again, don't underestimate what you can do in a decade. A lot of times we overestimate what we can get done in a day. We overestimate what we can done in a year, but we underestimate what can be done in a decade. Think long term. Place yourself in a position where you are able to tap into the long term, but be patient and enjoy the present. You can do that a lot by simply surrendering, by placing gratitude on a daily basis. And when you take that 30 minutes to vividly imagine, really put yourself in a quiet place where you're not going to be interrupted, and let yourself feel the vibration inside your body. Because feeling that, think about it, all the time when you want to actually have something or you want to have a milestone in your life, it's the feeling you're chasing. So let yourself feel it every single day. Enjoy the process. That's life. And it goes into now the fourth thing, the fourth secret ingredient to rapidly transforming, and that is to do massive energy releasing. One of my favorite methods of this, and I'm gonna link it below, is neurodynamic breathwork. I actually got in touch with the company that I now like the most. Remember their name. Sorry. Michael. I'm gonna link them below. The first session is free. You can even sign up for a whole month for free. Do it like 4 or 5 times. It's basically a 1-hour session. 1 hour introduction, 1 hour of breathing. You are just breathing and you can feel the energy leaving your body. Your muscles will literally spasm. You will have many different thoughts. You may go to the past. You may feel something in the present, go into the future. You'll have moments of euphoria, moments where you cry. And do not underestimate that energy inside your body. You have spent years trapping different energies, blocking different thoughts, adopting thought patterns that simply don't feel good. There is no going around the release. So let's go over this again. What are these 4 methods? The first one, question any belief that doesn't feel good inside your heart, that doesn't give you the result that you want in your life. Number 2, become relentless in your pursuit of determining who you want to be, because that may change over time. And instead of diddly-daddling through life, get crystal effing clear. This is who I am. This is who I am becoming. And love yourself every step of the way. Step number 3, spend 30 minutes a day visualizing yourself at your highest potential, living your best life, and relieving the pressure of immediately having that, because that will stifle you. And one of the best ways to follow this up with is doing neurodynamic breath work or any other form of energy release that you want. I am not a Reiki master technically. I did go to the highest level, but you need to get attuned technically to become a Reiki master. But as someone who has done Reiki, which is really high level of energy healing, I actually sweated like bullets the first 3 weeks because there was so much energy coming outside my body. I'm telling you, the neurodynamic breath work, it is next level in energy release, and that is something you need to do. So do these 4 things, commit to doing them. 6 months might be like, commit to doing them for 3 months, okay? 3 months. Commit to this for 3 months and come back to me and let me know just how amazing your life is. Just how much you have shifted, how much better you feel on a daily basis. And you can thank me then. Okay, sending you lots of love, and I can't wait to come back for next week's video. Bye.